For 50 points in her career, the 19th Maverick to break through that half-century mark. Jim Rich along with former Husky goaltender Julie Friend. And Julie, these two teams certainly know each other. So what happens early on in a rivalry where you know each other so well as opposed to saying it's an opponent you've never seen before?
Well, right now for St. Cloud, we talked about that 3-2 shootout win that they had 2 weeks ago. It's a momentum. They were off last weekend. They're trying to get their legs back. For Mankato, we talked about it in the pregame as well. They've only scored 5 goals in the first period this whole year, 0 against WCHA teams. So they're looking to get pucks on Pelusny early and see if they can sneak one by her.
Theodosopoulos sends it in from center, plays it in deep. Heinze back to get it. Played at Minnesota Duluth. Out of Hibbing originally, and then transferred to Mankato. In the corner, Huskies controlling. Theodosopoulos puts it in behind. It's poked back near the blue line and goes between the point men all the way back down to the Husky zone. Geyer back to get it. Checks up behind her own net. Now she has it stripped away. Anthony puts it right out in front. And a quick shot just hammered wide. Talking about the fact that, you know, with Shattuck, they have so many great offensive players and their team usually dominates their opponents. He really didn't know how much work she would have there. And so he didn't know if she'd be ready to transition to a team that gives up a lot of shots like the Mavericks do.
Right, and that's just a testament to her coming in as a freshman and performing as well as. Not sure if I would really want to do that, but luckily when I played in 2010 back at Phelan Park, it was pretty nice out, 20-25 degrees, so it wasn't too much of a challenge there. But it's it's an awesome weekend. It's one of my favorites of the year, and it was awesome being able to broadcast the games 2 years ago actually when we did it together. But it's an experience that these girls will never forget, playing outdoors when they grew up learning how to skate. It's going to be very fun, even though it will be very cold.
I know, it's going to be remarkable, but they figure out a way to get it through. Hey, the Green Mill in downtown St. Cloud is proud to host the Brett Larson Show Monday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Visit the Green Mill to hear all the latest in Huskies hockey. Join us at the Green Mill during the live show and you'll receive 15% off your food bill. And going back to that, so if you were playing tomorrow, how would you prepare? What are these goaltenders going to try to do? Because, you know, when you're on the benches, they have heaters, and, you know, you go out for a shift, you can come back and try to warm yourself up. But the goaltenders, they pretty much are out there on their own.
Hand warmers and toe warmers are going to be Abigail Levy's best friend tomorrow, and as many layers as she can get, because obviously you're not playing a Wisconsin team. They're playing Bemidji, so she might only see about 20-25 shots, maybe 30. It's not.
Plays it up along the wall, but not out. Wiley dumps it over to the far side. Mavericks get to it first, and they'll clear it out to center. Here's Oakers across the line. Drops it off. Budarak puts it in behind. Huskies intercept. Loose in front, and now St. Cloud clears it ahead. Newland after it, feeds rink wide. Pass was behind Tilke. Newland now with it again at center. Tried to get in the zone, stripped to the line, and now Tilke waits for her to clear the zone, brings it back in, puck loose in front, pushed to the line. Linesman said it was onside. Thiessen didn't think it was, so she retreated. Now the Huskies backpedaling. 9:15 to go here in the first period. 1-0 St. Cloud State. Long pass, misses at center. Wiley will get another opportunity.
And right now you're seeing
CHC.TV this weekend. Both games of the men's team will be right here on Fox Sports North. Tonight, Western Michigan rolls into town. And Andy Murray's got the Broncos flying high. They come in on a 10-game unbeaten streak. That's the longest current streak in college hockey. Meanwhile, the Huskies are in first place in the NCHC. Brett Larson has the team humming along in his first year. Now a centering pass. Pelusny, great save there. Rebound shoveled in behind, and then it's cleared out. But Mankato coming close. Mavericks have had some good chances here today, really getting into those high-scoring areas.
Yeah, and you have to credit Pelusny. I mean, she's looked very sharp today. We saw her against Wisconsin a little over a month ago where she wasn't really tracking the puck very well. But today, I mean, she's on her angle, top of her crease, controlling rebounds. She looks very good for the Huskies.
Olkerts tried to feed down low and hit a skate. Ricochets back out to center. Annie Wilgren now plays it ahead. Got crossed up with her own teammate. Mavericks, though, bring it back in. Huskies come back the other way. Theodosopoulos in the neutral zone trying to drive it in, but didn't get good wood on her attempt. Now Theodopoulos again puts it to the Maverick line, but Truax takes over there. Dumps it out. Huskies trying to play it back in. Bottled up right at the line is Tilke. Now she'll turn and send it in deep. And then, as you said, she's been quite the character here, and she's enjoying her senior season here at St. Cloud State.
Yeah, and when you have a captain that wants to come to the rink every day and get better and just brings that energy and positive attitude, how can you not be excited to come to the rink?
Now Mavericks on the attack. McLaughlin's long shot blocked. That stung Bates. Shot right in front. Great save there by Pelusny as she got the left pad down to make the save on Boyd, who was right there in prime territory. Now that pass misfires. They wave the icing, and so the Huskies have to go back for it. Geyer puts it off the glass. It's chipped ahead. Nyland with it there.
Of picking that girl up in the slot.
Shots in that first period, 8-8, but scoring chances, I think you'd have to give the Mavericks the better of the opportunities.
Right, and coming into this game, the story has been the freshman from Mankato, Abigail Levy, in the net, but you can't count Emma Pelusny out on the other end either. She's been great for the Huskies, and Janine Alder, they switch, they have for the last 2 seasons, but credit Pelusny so far. She had 39 saves against the Mavericks 2 weeks ago, and she's been looking red hot here too. Yeah,
and Pelusny, Coach Eric Rude was talking before the game and said she, since the break, has really refocused and has really gotten back to that style of play that she flashed last year when she was all everything for St. Cloud State.
Right, and there's a reason why she's part of the U.S. national program. They see when she's at the top of her game, she's very patient. She lets the puck come to her, and that's what we've been seeing out of her today.
And you, more than anybody, know how much the mental side of goaltending is part of your repertoire. If you're not thinking the game the right way or anticipating things properly, it doesn't matter about your mechanics.
Yeah, and the minute that you start...
All her friends played, so she wanted to be with them. Unfortunately, she said all her friends were A players, and she frankly came out and said, quote unquote, I was an awful hockey player. Penalty coming up here as Newland will get the gate for body checking, and the Mavericks will go to the power play. But just to finish that story, so she signed up to be on their team, and she said,
well, but you know, coming off a bye week, it's to be expected. A lot of times you're slow for about halfway through the game, so we're going to look for us to continue to get better shift by shift here as the game goes on.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you, Jim and Julie.
Well, he certainly didn't hide his feelings of what he's seen so far, saying that Pelusny's been the best player on the ice today, and she certainly has, as she has now stopped 22 shots from the Mavericks, including 14 here in this second period. Meanwhile, St. Cloud State hasn't even been down to the other end yet.
Well, and they're not dumpins, Jim, either. They're backdoor saves. There are a lot of grade A opportunities. But Mankato definitely has to be happy with the chances that they're getting. Obviously, these two are at the bottom of the WCHA right now, but Mankato looks like they're definitely outplaying the Huskies in every single aspect of this game. So they have to bring that confidence through the rest of the game here and into tomorrow's match against Bemidji.
In the nation in team saves, as they've given up 937 shots. That, if you do the math over the 25 games, it's an average of 37. First in saves percentage in the WCHA at 939. She's faced 543 shots in 14 games. So St. Cloud State gives up a lot of opportunities to their opponents, but they count on their goaltenders to keep them in these games.
Well, and I don't think that's a bad thing for St. Cloud, too, because it gives them the ability to obviously take more chances when you do have two good goaltenders like Alder and Pelusny. So for them, it's just the biggest thing of like being able to take those chances in the offensive zone that if you do give up an odd man rush or chances on the power play that that one of those two is going to be there to help you out.
Now Herzog plays it deep into the Maverick zone. First time St. Cloud's been down there this period. Turnover in front. I don't know if it was Brad Frost was the ringleader, but to bring the Minnesota schools in and play a tournament like that every year, I think that's going to be something that'll really help the growth of the game and get more of the rivalry that was missing on the men's side now with the NCHC. Everybody still laments about the men's side WCHA hockey. They could build that here on the women's side now.
Yeah, and ironically, the Gophers did end up winning that in their home rink at Ritter Arena, but Ritter Arena is such a great atmosphere to play, and it just can hold so many fans, and so it was just great to see how many chances that the Mavericks and the Huskies had, and it was a great game between the two of them, but also
off of Lake Bemidji tomorrow, and also we'll look at SCSU basketball star Gage Davis's remarkable accomplishment. And there's an accomplishment for the Mavericks. They get the equalizer. And Julie, they certainly have been pushing for that all period.
They really have, and it's Rebecca Kolstad getting the garbage goal. Credit Tristan Truex. I've been really impressed with her just firing pucks to the net. They haven't gone on net, but it's just you fire the pucks to the net and things just end up hitting off players. It's kind of a bouncing puck and all of a sudden just kind of drops right in front of Rebecca Kolstad, who bangs it home, and that was the thing.
The assists.
And Kolstad's been a game changer. She originally went to North Dakota, but when their program got dropped, she ended up transferring to Mankato, and she's been great. And this first line John Harrington had talked about, I mean, it's made up of all three seniors between Boyd, McLaughlin, and Kolstad, and they know how to get it done. They play well together, and that's the reason why they tied this game up, is it's just their first line and the production of them.
Yeah, they have great chemistry. I mean, they can read off each other so well. You've seen them cycle the puck deep in the corner, and on the power play they were great working it around. Here's a turnover, quick shot, and a penalty coming up here, and that's why there was the turnover. A hooking call here on the Mavericks will give St. Cloud State their first chance on the power play. Right here.
Gets a stick in her defensive zone to get the puck out, follows it up, gets a shot on net, follows her rebound, throws it back to the defenseman to kill more time. Perfect play by that senior center.
Now Fleming puts it back out to center. Huskies with 20 seconds left in the period. Here comes Tilke. She's been quiet today. Takes a quick shot, and the save is made. And we'll have a face-off with 16.3 left to go here in this second period. 27 seconds left on the penalty time to Fleming.
As a goaltender, I wish I had that size, being 6'1". It looks like she doesn't even have to move. It's just, a change of an angle, and all of a sudden she just, pivots, and she's right there. I mean, credit to Levy. We talked about her. She doesn't have to move that much, and she's just so patient, so it makes her job a lot easier.
You almost sound jealous.
I would love to have a few more inches so I could be able to move a little bit more easy and cover more net. It definitely doesn't hurt.
Now the horn sounds.
Should be a good series. It's been a fun year in our first year in the NWHL. We're currently in second place right now, so we'll have to see how we do in the next few weekends to finish out before playoffs.
Oh, what a shot there! As ringing the post was Emily Antony. A great opportunity, and another one goes off the post. That one on the outside, as the Mavericks come out firing here. Brittany Fleming hitting the outside of the post. Now Tilke trying to do it herself. Couldn't get through. Puck comes back to her though. Tilke on the far wall plays it in deep, but then it's stolen away, and right back comes Brooke Bryant. The
team in general, but he said it doesn't matter if they're seniors, freshmen, everybody knows their role, and they just have a ton of confidence in each other as a team, and it obviously helps when your team is blocking as many shots as they have this year. It brings that energy up, and they know that they can trust anybody on the ice.
Newland driving to the net, gets chopped down, and the puck ends up in the net. I don't know how it did, but the Huskies have taken the lead. Newland driving to the net, got chopped down. Looked like there was going to be a penalty. There wasn't. and somehow it came out front, and the rebound right there, and Tilke jumps on it and knocks. Mavericks trying to gain control, but Tilke takes it away, shovels it out to center, and then it's relayed to the Maverick line. In the neutral zone, Bryant after it, but Bates takes it away. Drops it back to Wiley. She'll retreat behind her own net. Now drop to the near corner to Bates. Newland working her way through center. Theodopoulos carrying in deep. Drops it off to Tilke. Tilke trying to work her way out front, but Boyd knocked it away from her. And now McLaughlin feeds it ahead. Boyd just out of her reach. And Tilke, who's given St. Cloud the lead, puts it right back in. Could be a little interference called there. Now we get a whistle and a penalty. And St. Cloud will go to the power play. Julie Tilke gives the Huskies the lead, and now she also draws a penalty, putting the Huskies on the power play when we come back. Out of Oregon, Wisconsin. Now the Huskies bring it in across the line. Tilke turns back along the boards. Plays it back near the blue line. Tilke with it again. Drops it off. Centering pass deflected right on. And Levy comes up with a big save there. Levy, rather, have been doing that all day.
Said he's feeling very optimistic. He mentioned the strength of the Huskies' young defensive core and said that they have helped contribute to stronger play from his team and that a number of games they've played have only been within one goal. Jim, Julie, back to you.
Yeah, it's so hard for teams to bust through, it seems like. You know, you're that close to winning, but you just don't have the confidence to finish the job off, and that's what's really hampered the Huskies so far this season. They've been close, but not close enough to finish off these games, Julie.
Right, and we talk about, you know, it is close because of the decor that they have, including the goaltending. But obviously now that they know that they have those girls behind them, they can take more chances offensively, and that's why you see so many saves between Palusny and Alders. They're trying to create more offense as much as they can, take more chances in the offensive zone, in the neutral zone. So now they just need to find a way to put it in the back of the net.
Huskies on the power play. Minute 3 left on the man advantage. Long shot deflected. Oh, and what a save there as that changed course on the net. Dynick couldn't get the shot away. Now Bates throws it in front. It hits a skate. Huskies after it. Newland far side. Brings it back to the blue line. Bates walking in. Takes the shot. That's blocked. And the rebound pushed back out to center as Kildorf got in front of that shot. Now Newland with some speed across the line. Newland going wide, cuts in behind, circles the cage, brings it back to the point. Long wrist shot, and that's gobbled up by Levy, and she holds for the faceoff. Hey, sent all the way down, and this is 24/7. And give them a call if you need help. Off the face-off, Tilke tried to play it in deep. Turned back the other way, though. Fleming fires it in. Antony giving chase, tried to center. That was blocked by Herzog. Newland battling along the backboards. Puck comes free. Bryant giving chase. Puts it deep into the corner. Fleming back to the blue line, but it hops the stick of Truax. And now here's Theodopoulos coming in, firing a shot. And Levy comes up working on her degree. With 13 locations throughout Minnesota, Deerwood Bank offers personal service, leading technology, and community support. From your first Buckaroos savings account to retirement, Deerwood Bank is where you need them. You've heard of Minnesota Nice? Now experience Deerwood Nice. And Jenna certainly has been a key cog for this team the last couple of seasons.
She hasn't. She was a walk-on her freshman year, and that just goes to show that, you know, anything can happen. She centers that third line. It was only her third goal of the season, but it's a big goal because now the Huskies are up by 2 with just a little over 3 minutes to go. So credit her, credit the Huskies power play, and don't forget about Emma Palusny. She was huge in the second period for the Huskies so that they could keep their 1-goal lead over the Mavericks. So we'll see what happens in these last 3 minutes. A heck of a glove save.
Now Boyd with it again. Still the extra attacker on for the Mavericks. Down by 2, 1:50 to play. Boyd tries to center, that's blocked, gets it back again. To Bryant, back to the point. Wilgren, wrist shot, hit her own player in front. Fleming's turnaround shot wide, and the Huskies clear it all the way down, and it hits the goal post. Hit the goal post, icing as Wilgren goes back for it. And so with 1:32, the faceoff comes back down to the Husky zone.
Wempa almost had a 200-foot goal there, just trying to ice the puck, obviously. I don't think she was actually going for the open net, but now back in the Husky zone. If that would have went in, that would have been sealed the deal for St. Cloud, but it's just a game of inches.
Now Wilgren's shot partially blocked by Theodosopoulos. Boyd along the wall with Bryant. Feeds it back to the point. Truax fans on the shot. Fleming after it. Fleming trying to bring it out front. Tilke takes it away. Couldn't clear. Mavericks keeping the pressure on. Wimple plays it around the boards, and this time it does get out with 60 seconds left to go here in regulation. Long pass ahead. Connects across the line as Boyd. She's stripped by Newland. Gets it ahead. Theo